What's up YouTube? I'm back with another video. I recorded this video yesterday and it was in the middle of the night. I don't know what happened. My computer just decided to crash in the middle of me recording. So I'm back recording the video again. I do have a video that I'm going to be dropping later today. Uh so, this video will probably be out tomorrow or on Tuesday. Um, this video is the Chara versus the Sonic.Exe. I don't know too much about either one of them. I thought I knew a lot about Undertale yesterday when I was recording this video, and clearly I don't know nothing that I thought I knew. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Uh, if you know anything about Chara and Sonic.Exe that they say in the video that isn't true, please let me know. I also want y'all to go in the comments and let me know who y'all got voting for right now. I'll give y'all 10 seconds. Okay, did y'all do it? All right. Um, okay, and now at the end of the video, I want y'all to go back to that comment and let me know if y'all won or not. Cause I genuinely didn't even get to finish this video yesterday. I don't know who won. Like I didn't even get to finish it. Like I said, my computer crashed. So y'all let me know. We're gonna get straight into it.
Horror is a fascinating genre.
It is.
It's meant to elicit negative emotions like fear and anxiety. But it's always comforting to know that none of this stuff is real, right?
But what if it was real? That'd be pretty whack, right?
Hey, that's supposed to be mild.
The two main.
I do know a little bit about Sonic.Exe. He's like not an evil version of Sonic, but like a evil being that took over the Sonic the Sonic I don't know. Sonic Anatomy or something. He made himself look like Sonic.
In Sonic.Exe, the god in hedgehog form.
The God in Hedgehog form is not a hard nickname. I don't care. Okay, it's not a hard nickname. The first fallen child. The first fallen human. That's a hard name. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the God in Hedgehog form. What God wants to be a hedgehog? Aside from Sonic.Exe. Come on now.
I'm Mills.
I'm Nick.
We are your playwrights, and we hope you enjoy this bloody show we are putting on today. Without further ado, let's teach you a little bit about these characters.
I'm listening.
Welcome, audience, to the Nebula.
Because I have to relearn it again.
Once upon a time, there was a war between humans and monsters.
The humans were victorious, forcing the monsters into a subterranean world called the Underground, and erecting an everlasting barrier around them, forcing them to live in isolation for the rest of their days.
For the monsters, this was a crushing sentence, but under the guidance of the peaceful King Asgore and Queen Toriel, they were able to make the most of their situation.
During this, the king and the queen had their first child, Azrael Dreamer, who was destined to do great things. But he would not be their only heir.
One day, something unexpected would happen. An unhappy child would fall into the underground, a human named Chara.
The king and queen adopted Chara as their own, and Chara and Azrael would soon become best friends, as good as siblings even. But there was something that still left Chara discontent.
Chara came into the underground with a hatred for humanity, especially after hearing about the monster's imprisonment. And once they found out how to destroy the barrier, it was only a matter of time before they enacted a plan to free the monsters.
Now, Chara's plan was to poison themselves with toxic flowers and then die. Points for creativity. Then they would have their best friend Azrael absorb their human soul, which would grant Azrael immense power, enough to pass through the barrier. There, Azrael with Chara's soul would kill 6 more humans and take their souls.
You see, human souls contain incredible power, and this barrier could only be destroyed by the might of 7 human souls. Chara sacrificed himself to both save monster kind and exact vengeance upon humanity. But they weren't the only one in control, since Azrael made up half of their fusion.
Now, Azrael wasn't fully on board with the whole killing the humans thing. When a crowd of them attacked him out of fear, Azrael didn't fight back. Instead, he abandoned Chara's mission, returned to the underground grievously wounded and empty-handed.
There, Azrael would succumb to his injuries and die, turning into dust while holding Chara's corpse. The king and queen had lost both of their children after one failed plan.
Okay, so I do know about all of this. I do know about all of this from when I watched this yesterday. But I don't remember hearing all of this. I know it, like, now that I'm listening to it, I do remember them saying all of this yesterday when I recorded it, but I don't remember, like, specifically everything they said up until now.
And when you really think about it, Azriel's kind of an L-man's. Like, Chara killed themselves for this, and Azriel did nothing, basically making both of their deaths kind of pointless. Like, killing
facts.
6 humans obviously isn't a great thing, don't get it twisted, but still.
Yeah, only killing 6 is crazy.
No, shut up.
I'm sorry, man. In any case, the underground is now thoroughly shaken. Even after being imprisoned, the humans continue to take from them, to keep hope alive and to get revenge on humanity.
But my thing about it is that the King Asgore felt some type of way that the humans killed his son, but his son went up there along with Chara's soul to go kill multiple people. Like, his whole intention for going up there was to kill a bunch of people. I'm not understanding. Well, I guess he wouldn't have known that. He wouldn't know that because, as far as he know, his son went up there and they just killed his son.
Okay. Made a drastic decree. All humans who fall underground will be killed and their souls taken.
As the years went by and more children fell underground, Asgore collected all but one of the souls needed to destroy the barrier and finally escape into the human world, starting the war all over again.
This is where the story of Undertale begins, as you take control of the player character Frisk, the latest fallen human to fall into the underground.
Frisk is mysterious. Not much is...
I wonder if all of that is said at the beginning of the game, because when I play Undertale, I definitely skipped past all of that. Like, I really did. I went straight to the game. I didn't even care about the whole, like, lore part of the game. Maybe it is at the beginning of the game.
Known about them from before they fell. But what we do know is that with your help, they are actually a very capable fighter.
Toriel teaches the human the very basics of combat. How to defend themselves, and how to pacify foes without fighting at all. Each monster has a way to pacify it non-lethally, but it is still an RPG. So you have the option to do it the old-fashioned way and just kill them all.
Kinda makes you wonder what would happen if you went out of your way to kill literally everyone, doesn't it?
Just full scorched earth. Undertale isn't just a traditional RPG. It's also a bullet hell, which means Frisk specializes in dodging attacks, waiting for openings, and then punishing the opponent with strong blows.
And Frisk's equipment, while limited, does the job just fine.
The human has the torn notebook, burnt pan, empty gun, and the strongest weapon anyone's ever seen, the real knife. It hurts just looking at it.
That's not even mentioning Frisk's best weapon, their cell phone. Look, hear me out. This cell phone can let Frisk fly and let them shoot lasers.
Not to mention the numerous healing items they have to keep themselves in the fight longer.
Monsters in Undertale don't fight conventionally. They attack the soul directly, meaning that these items are not only healing Frisk's body, but also their soul as well.
But even if their soul is destroyed by an enemy, the human has a broken ability called determination. Just like a video game, this lets Frisk save their progress and load back into their previous save
This
point.
is true.
So Frisk journeys through the underground, killing every single being they can get their hands on, increasing their level as they go.
Actually, it's not pronounced level. It's pronounced love. Frisk is increasing their love as they go.
Now, hang on just a second. What do you mean their love increases?
Okay, so when you take the pacifist route, does your love level go up? Like, you see how it says LV3? Does this go up if you do the pacifist run, or do you just stay at level 1?
They kill people.
So LV is actually short for love, and love is an acronym of levels of violence.
Well, I guess that's the level of writing we could expect from award-winning game dev Toby. Wait a second. Does EXP stand for anything weird?
Yeah, EXP stands for execution points.
Well, whatever this love execution point system thing is, it makes the human an absolute terror, being able to kill most other monsters in only a few hits.
The reason why love makes someone stronger is because it represents the emotional distance you put between yourself and the people you're fighting. The more EXP you gain, the more you kill, the easier it is to kill again. Life kind of just loses its gravitas. Like, killing these people doesn't matter at all. Almost like they aren't even real. This leads us back to
They're
Flowey.
monsters.
Flowey is a reincarnation of Azrael.
They're not even real people.
Although he resembles nothing of what he used to be.
Azrael's essence was fused with a flower.
Why?
And forcefully injected with determination, turning him into a soulless husk of what he used to be. Flowey, much like the human, did things out of curiosity. Killing everyone, saving everyone, being neutral. Don't that sound familiar?
This drive for curiosity is something Flowey and Frisk had in common. Well, actually, it's more like it's something that Flowey and the player had in common.
Now, it's time to get a little meta. None of the other humans that fell into the underground had enough determination to change the world like Frisk could.
The lines get a little blurry here, but there's a lot of indication that the determination itself doesn't come exclusively from Frisk, but also from the player themselves. Their curiosity, their desire to see what happens. All these timelines that are possible are all due to the player's actions.
Pacifism, genocide, these are all things that only the player can control. And Flowey is the only one that can accurately recall these events. The only one that can call you out on your bullshit.
Or is he? After?
I remember your genocides, Chara.
After Frisk commits a genocide route and exterminates almost every single monster in the underground, they come face to face with Sans. Throughout the story, Sans has been more of a comedic jokester than anything else. But
Okay, so at the beginning of the game, if you go and kill everybody, why does Frisk kill everybody? Because as far as I know, Chara isn't part of him at the beginning of the game. Like, maybe they'll explain that in the video.
Off with this funny bone man.
He seems pretty unintimidating, but the truth is he's the last defense between the human and everyone else. And turns out, when he isn't avoiding work, he's pretty damn good at his job.
And his job is apparently kicking my ass.
Sans is smart. Really smart.
Smart as
really,
hell.
really
Sans used to be my favorite character. I used to have him as my wall screen when I was in Job Corps and when I was living with my grandparents.
He understands the world of Undertale more than almost anyone else. And he knows...
All I can say is Sans isn't beating Bill Cipher.
magic that breaks the mechanics of
And
the game,
IMO.
playing like no other monster the player has fought. On top of all that, despite having no way to remember any resets, he can deduce via context clues exactly what you are. Someone determined to win the game. So if you're gonna fight dirty by getting as many do-overs as you want, so will he.
Yeah, this guy never ends his turn, meaning you never get your turn. So you cheat in kind. You manage to attack during Sans' turn. 2 times in a row, in fact. This catches Sans off guard for the first time, ending my last 6 hours of torment.
6 hours this try. With the human's obstacle
6
gone,
hours this
the
try,
only
crazy.
person left
Calling
to
him
kill
out.
is the king himself, Asgore Dreamer.
And here's where things get really interesting. Because of your actions in this timeline, the king doesn't even recognize you as human anymore, directly asking Frisk what kind of monster they are, leading to Asgore being non-confrontational.
Because of that, Flowey was able to kill Asgore before he even knew what was going on. And Flowey exhibits fear.
Flowey had claimed that he didn't have any emotions anymore, that he did everything out of curiosity. But at the moment of his death, where he knew he couldn't bring himself back to life, he begged, pleaded with Frisk, with the player, with Chara, not to kill him, saying that he never betrayed them after all.
Well, remember when I said Azrael kind of dropped the ball for not killing anyone when him and Chara fused? Well, I guess Chara felt similarly. With no monsters left, all that exists is Chara and the human. Chara was in a similar state as Flowey, but instead of having their essence bound to a flower, they had their essence bound to Frisk.
Powers. Check. Learn the enemies. Learn the stats of the enemies and vulnerability frames. The soul. The soul can persist when the body is damaged. Can float around freely. Chara can exist without their body or soul. The player, that's you.
Gaining more awareness as Frisk's love grew more and more.
Chara will ask the player whether they want to reset the timeline again or erase everything. No matter what the player answers, Chara will destroy every timeline no matter how many exist, and leave the entire universe as an empty void. Chara does this with a single slash, wiping out everything. Not just
Crazy.
every normal monster, but everything within the current existing timeline in its entirety. This includes intangible monsters like Nabstablook, someone Frisk couldn't harm normally. This attack destroyed all of time and space. It even destroyed the files on the player's computer. Chara was able to destroy infinity. For that to happen, the speed and strength of this attack would be incalculable.
This attack breaks the game, turning it off. And when you open it back up again, and some time passes, Chara will ask the player if they'd like to restore the world in exchange for Frisk's soul. Yours
Have y'all seen that anime called I don't know, it's something about a teenager in like high school or whatever, and he has to wear like patches to keep his powers contained. That's what this reminds me of.
So the line's blurred.
Chara takes the soul for their own, recreating the entire cosmology of Undertale, and now taking control of Frisk's body whenever they wish.
And with that, we reach the end of the tragic tale of Frisk the Fallen Human. We know so little about them, but what we do know is that they had a life before and after the events of the game. That their own will is stolen by the player during the story, and they lose their future to Chara afterwards.
After genocide, resetting the timelines, and eventually taking Frisk's soul, not even the player can stop Chara from accomplishing their ultimate goal.
Because in the end, you're not the only one in control.
Damn.
Outside of our dimension of the next exists a void of nothingness.
That is until a mass of dark matter started forming, taking on the appearance of a dark cloud with red dots. This blob will be known as X.
After wandering around this void a bit, X came across this dimensional window that let him peer into the planet Earth, learning all kinds of things about humans. Our likes, dislikes, cultures, etc. But of everything it witnessed, one thing stood out above the rest.
It was a franchise that we all know and love, Sonic the Hedgehog. X became infatuated with Sonic to an incredible degree, morphing his entire body to appear like Sonic himself, in a process that seems very uncomfortable.
X's eyes started bleeding profusely and it felt incredible pain. But X didn't care. After its transformation, it let out a laugh that echoed throughout the entire void.
X would then shape his void, creating small rooms that resembled areas you would see in the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games, which is where some would say the series peaked, but I digress.
But as powerful as X was, it wasn't able to actually interact with our dimension. It didn't exist in it after all.
X believed that it was the rightful ruler of all human beings, that everyone deserved to be its slaves. The idea that X couldn't have access to them was frankly unacceptable.
So X needed to devise a plan to gain access to the humans it was so interested in, which led to an interesting conclusion. Although X couldn't physically enter that dimension, it could influence the people inside of it. It can cause a person to feel immense anxiety, give them horrible nightmares, and even influence their minds to do its bidding.
X manipulated this genius US government level programmer to create a disk that would allow X temporary access to the human world. X then sent a piece of his dark power crashing down into the disk to complete it. This imbued the disk with his essence, which would give X complete control over the internals of the game itself.
And with all the steps complete, X can now begin its reign on humanity using a disk with only a single executable file in it. Sonic.Exe. Boom! Name drop, baby.
Name
Now,
drop.
people really like Sonic the Hedgehog, so taking on his image was the best thing for X to do. A person would buy a Sonic game online because they want to feel the nostalgia, find out the game wasn't what it seemed, but continue on, even after all this messed up stuff and crazy shit they see.
This includes two victims of X's control, Tom and Kyle.
Now, Kyle had sent Tom a copy of Sonic.Exe.
You know how bad of a friend you have to be to get like possessed or like your soul snatched away from you, and you still find a way to let your friend play the exact same game that got you cooked? You know what?
With a note explaining that he had passed away and that Tom should destroy the copy of the game so no one else gets hurt.
Tom, for some reason, didn't listen to this warning, popping the game into his computer and playing the cursed disc that would seal his fate.
Damn. Now, you'd think a person would stop playing after they'd start seeing all the blood and gore throughout the game, but thinking that this was just some hacked copy of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Tom continued out of pure curiosity.
This curiosity would be lethal. Upon completing the game, X would suck out Tom's soul, leaving his body in a vegetative state, and then trapped his soul into X's void dimension, binding Tom's soul to an avatar of a Sonic character to play with until he breaks. Because of X's love of humanity, it saw this method as a way to keep humans alive forever, personally believing that the death of a human is a waste of a life.
But breaking them is not a waste of life. just to get that clear.
It's a god compared to them, okay? It's like when you're a kid and you break a toy. You just replace it with another one, even if you really love the toy that broke.
Now, I don't know about you, but I never treated my toys like X treats the humans he's capturing. He can manipulate the shape of his own body, he can
Ew.
fly, teleport, create illusions, make fire appear from nowhere, turn the world dark, make statues sentient. He even learns every single detail about you in just a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wirtz, for example.
Wait.
He even
Pretty much anything X can think of. Alright.
learns every single detail about you in just a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wirtz, for example. From the interaction of Renee playing the game, X found out her name and her exact location. I'd be willing to bet that if any of us were to play this cursed game, X would be able to find out our deepest, darkest secrets.
I doubt
like
it.
how I like to cry to romantic love stories, and the fact that Nick is an SCP in a Santa disguise.
It's not a disguise.
Come on, don't even deny it, man. People have been speculating this for months.
What SCP do they even think I am?
People are saying that you're something like SCP-6121. You know, the one that's just a walking mascot costume?
Crazy.
Ah, damn it. No one even cares about those ones.
Facts.
Alright, let's get back to that.
I honestly didn't even know that this kind of SCP even existed. What do you mean it's just a mascot that walks around? Does it change the costume or something? Or does it just like stay one thing?
Alright. Anyway, beyond everything we've talked about, X's most broken ability is the black hole inside of its mouth. If anyone is swallowed by this black hole, their soul will shrink into a singularity and be wiped off the face of the earth, as if they never even existed.
With all of X's powers, it would then have its disc cycle around the world, stealing soul after soul and stuffing them into avatars of Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, etc.
Something I'm confused about is how is the disc circling around in the first place? Do people really keep just buying the same game from dead person to dead person?
For this
Yeah, bro, because
information,
people
we
probably
can
don't
actually
even
thank a
believe
lovely
that it's
detective
real.
named Derek Green. Derek was a detective who documented his investigations into the Sonic.Exe murders, who unfortunately lost his soul to the very being he was investigating.
From Derek's diary, we learn a lot. We learn how quickly X was improving in stealing souls, initially mutilating the bodies he stole from, before quickly being able to do without any sign he was there at all. We learned that everyone had their souls removed, also had their PCs and electronics destroyed. We learned that X's overall plan is to merge the human world and his void to gain complete control of all mankind. And we also find out all the factions that helped X with his plans.
X's main following is called the
Factions? This man has a cult behind him? No way. There's no way people are this devoted to a video game character, bro. Like, there's no way. I don't get it. Cults are so weird to me, bro.
Group of people who see X as the overall ruler of mankind. They copied the main Sonic.Exe game file onto a bunch of discs and had them circulate all over town to create more victims for X. The cult members would then show up to the home of a person whose soul was taken, take the soul back from said person to put it back into circulation, destroy any evidence, and sometimes murder the lifeless body of the person who had their soul stolen.
And that's not the only faction helping X. Carrying out its mission to enslave all of humanity is a big ask, which is probably why he also needed help inside of his void as well. These beings are called the Seven Guardians.
The Seven Guardians were created when X mixed its own dark power with human emotions, creating a ruling force within its void, as well as enough.
Is this Supersonic? But like a girl? Nah, she has to be like the most broken one. Look at her smile. Look how devious the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how devious the other 6 are.
Their way to manipulate human emotions to make it easier for X to steal human souls.
This includes beings like Gukiru, who can manipulate someone's rage, Kyofu, who can manipulate someone's fear, and their leader, Yakubo, who manipulate a person's desires.
The forces EXE has created are essential in helping X with his greatest weakness, the time limit it can spend in the human world.
When X steals a soul, he exits the game momentarily, steals someone's soul, and then returns to his void. This only lasts for a short while. If X stays in the real world for too long, he'll be ejected back into his void. This destroys his body, reducing it to its dark matter form.
Its dark matter form is much weaker than its X form, but if a soul were to touch its dark matter body, it would be erased from existence, like the black hole we saw earlier.
Now listen up, kids. Dark matter in theory is an invisible substance that isn't affected by light or electromagnetic
Dead
radiation.
ass?
It plays a very important role in maintaining gravity throughout the entire universe. Unlike matter, there's no such antimatter equivalent that could destroy it.
Okay, so would like space be considered dark matter because it's not really affected by any type of light, like a black hole type of thing? Like, I know you can see light in space and shit like that because of like the sun and the stars and stuff. But like, is the sun really like affecting space at all? Is the light from space affecting? Is the light from the sun affecting space at all? I don't know.
Completely. Now, that being said, it is still a form of matter, meaning that there is a way to destroy it. It would just have to be something with so much energy it could essentially wipe out the entire universe and leave nothing in its wake.
How do you know this much about dark matter?
Hey, you've been around as long as I have, you picked up a thing or two about particle physics.
Starting to feel really inadequate about my statistics degree. In any case, though,
How do you
X
have a
does
degree in
other weaknesses.
statistics? What do you
Those
need to
being
go to be
his
to
own
college to be
mentality.
learning about
Yeah,
statistics
X
for?
is a bit impatient. If someone were to play the game in a way that X didn't like, or bait it into getting really mad, it has a tendency to rage quit the game, putting X in a sort of sleep mode as the game systems get reset.
Defeating X is no easy feat, however. It was able to explore this entire void, which is a big 4D space, which means, Nick, help?
Hey, don't worry, I got you. 4D spaces have an infinite set of points, meaning there is no end. If X was able to explore the entire void, it would have to essentially have infinite speeds.
Okay, that makes sense. This is consistent with the Word of God, where Joe Doughboy states that X has limitless abilities and that his power level can't be measured. And here I thought just manipulating its own void was impressive.
X would spend years stealing more and more human souls, eventually learning how to manage.
Feats. Birth itself is able to manifest itself into the human world for a short time, has complete control over that Sonic.Exe game disc, stolen countless souls, convinced a cult of people to view itself as God, manipulated its void into resembling Sonic the Hedgehog is cooler than Xenophanes. The fuck is
Gain
Xenophanes?
even better control of its powers. See, Neil, it's not that hard.
Hold on. Xenophanes. I don't think that's what they're talking about.
But even Eldritch Abominations beyond our comprehension can do it.
Wait, what is that supposed
Once he did this, he donned the name Lord X. A bit of a god complex there, if I do say so myself.
He is a
Don't get
god.
it twisted. X might seem conceited, but compared to all of us small humans, it is God. And no matter how smart you are, X will always win in the end.
So, next time you see a Sonic game appear at your door, beware of its contents. Because before long, your soul could be its next plaything. Now that we've introduced today's stars, it's time to open the curtains and see how this story unfolds.
All right, here we go. Y'all need to let me know who y'all got in the comments. I'm giving y'all another chance. If y'all didn't do it at the beginning of the video when I said to do it, y'all need to go ahead and do it now. At the end of the fight, let me know if you won or not. I don't know who I'm voting for because both of them, Sonic.Exe sound like he's broken as fuck. Okay. It sounds like he's broken, but every time I vote for the broken character that be getting all the good feats and all that extra shit, I end up losing. So I'm not even gonna vote for this one. So y'all need to let me know.
I hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, I've been searching everywhere. I'm glad I finally found you.
I'm glad I
just wanted
finally
to
found
ask.
you.
Would you like to play a game?
Nah, you can't lie and say that wasn't tough as shit. You can't lie and say that wasn't tough. Bro definitely pulled a flash step out and disappeared. Like, come on, bro. Y'all can't say that wasn't tough. Who does bro think he is? Scream? Do you want to play a game?
What an interesting soul you have. Up for round two.
Nah, in all honesty, what is Frisk gonna do against somebody that can move at the speed of light? And even faster than that? Well, what is Frisk supposed to do? I understand why Frisk is getting his ass beat right now. What the fuck is he supposed to do against somebody that moves faster than the speed of light? I don't know. Ugh. Look at bro. Bro is bored.
You're too slow.
You're too slow. Oh, I'm a professional voice actor, by the way. So let me do that properly. Hold on.
You're too slow.
Hey Shadow, you're too slow. There we go.
Maybe next time.
On his ass.
Finding everyone in this realm is so easy. Everyone is so slow, fragile, and weak. Don't worry. Your soul is next.
He said everybody is so slow. Nah, that's cheating. That's cheating. I'm not gonna lie. That has to be cheating. Who pulls a gun out in a fist fight? I mean, he had a knife in a fist fight, but like, I've never known any of the Undertale characters to use a gun. Where did he get this gun from? Oh, I guess that's what he does against somebody that can move faster than the speed of light. I don't think it's working, Frisk. I don't think it's working, Frisk. Yeah, Frisk, it's not working, bruh. He's not gonna let you do it again. Oh, he lets you do it again.
This mind seems to be at its limit. It's no fun anymore, but I can play with you, right, Chara?
Nah, bro. Nah. I understand that he can call people out by their name and where they're at and shit, but like being able to see another soul in somebody else's soul is crazy to me, bro. And then he called him out. Kara's about to put straight hands on this man. Oh, he went inside of his soul and woke him up. Hold on. Damn it, I missed it again. I just need a freaking thumbnail. Okay, I got it. Did bro get tired? He can though. He's Sonic.Exe. See, Kara's never been hit like this before. So he can tank it, but he ain't never got hit before. Damn. Damn. Kara's not losing a 1v3. That's all I know. He's not losing a 1v3. That's all that matters. 8 left.
put you in control, like some sort of god.
I am God!
Nah, Chara is giving him straight hands, bro. It's straight hands.
Could put so much death and destruction. Why do you let it persist? Because of some perverted Sonic time?
I'm not one of you monsters. I am in control of your life and death. You are nothing but a blind enemy.
There's nothing worse than someone who thinks they are above consequences.
Bro, Chara might win. Chara is going crazy right now. Why is he moving so fast? Oh my god! Oh my god! They're really throwing hands! Nah, this is a good ass fight, bro. This is better than most death battle fights, I'm not gonna lie to you. Damn. Bro, Sonic, please.
You're just another one. And whoever you see, I don't know.
How does it feel knowing that your last chance at life is now fading before your eyes?
He still has 3 more.
I stopped doing anything a long time ago.
He still has 3 more. Sonic, don't give up so easily.
Lying to your last breath, I see.
He won? He won?
And save.
Yes, sir.
Destroy and recreate worlds
Yes,
and
sir.
both potentially being limitless with how strong and fast they could be at their best. So there are some interesting factors to think about in this fight.
Okay,
We
I'm
broke it
listening.
down into a few very important questions.
The first question is, could these two even kill each other?
It may seem impossible at first, seeing as X is composed of dark matter and Chara has their save points, but surprisingly, they both had ways to put the other down for good.
Chara's universe-destroying slash destroyed everything. Every creature, location, time, and space, as well as even the game files of Undertale.
It's true that dark matter can't be touched by almost any form of energy, but if someone can interact with intangible beings like souls or ghosts, they should be able to harm or kill X in his dark matter form.
And since Chara's attack rate avoided nothingness, killing even those intangible beings, that slash should be able to kill X.
Chara can use their determination to come back to life, but X has its black hole. This black hole erases the existence of anyone or anything it touches.
Damn. Oh, yeah, he did eat the save point. So even if Chara wanted to come back, he don't got a save point to go back to. So he... Oh. Okay, that's making sense. It's making
Erase their
sense.
way of coming back, and has methods to get rid of the source of Chara's determination, such as stealing the soul of both Frisk and the player. This leads to the second question, who is the more skilled fighter? Which this one does have a pretty obvious answer.
Chara is the strongest being in Undertale's universe, but they didn't start that way.
They had to fight their way up the ladder, dying and restarting over and over, getting better after each retry.
X has never fought a being comparable to itself. In fact, when it gets outsmarted by normal humans, it has the tendency to rage quit and crash its own game.
As the fight goes on, Chara would start gaining the edge, while X would get more and more aggravated.
But X wouldn't make this easy on Chara, especially when we consider our third question, who had better weapons and abilities?
Chara had some neat weapons and could heal their soul with items, but X just plays in a completely different ballpark.
He
X
really
can tell
does.
around, create illusions, manipulate.
Can control reality in any way he wants. He can create matter, destroy it, remake it, change things, create worlds, change shape. He can do it all. Damn.
Anything within its void and manipulate a person's emotions.
As cool as Chara is, all they can really do is slash at X. Well, X has tons of ways to keep Chara on the back foot and keep its distance.
So Chara is a more skilled fighter, and X has way more abilities, but the last and most important question is, who is better at manipulating souls, and how do they affect the real world?
It's possible Chara can potentially steal the play.
Okay, in my opinion, Chara only destroyed a video game world. In this scenario, when it comes to who's better at manipulating souls, Chara only destroyed the world that he was in, or the world that Frisk was in. Okay, that's just one little world or whatever. Sonic.Exe is literally going out of the game and taking real life people's souls. That's something Chara can't do, bro. So Sonic has this.
His soul, but the player needs to agree to that for Chara to take it completely. Outside of that, Chara erases files in their game, and that's about it.
X can send parts of his essence to the real world, manipulate humans to do its bidding, give them nightmares, and even leave the game entirely for a brief amount of time to take
No
the soul and stuff
way.
inside of one of its avatars.
Now, even without all that, X can still learn a ton about someone just by having a small interaction with them.
A
Things like Chara's
small
existence within
interaction.
Frisk, the player's existence, and Undertale's game mechanics are all things X should have information on, meaning that X knows exactly what he needs to do to kill Chara permanently. X would just need to stop playing around with its food first.
This was a fight that showed a lot of soul, but save for a few options. X had just enough to avoid defeat. Chara couldn't help but fall behind.
So as the curtains close and we take a bow, the last person you see standing on the stage is Sonic.Exe.
Damn. Nice. The guy from Fate? Subara Natsuki versus Kuma Sato. Okay, so ReZero, I know something about ReZero. I refuse to watch it though, bro. Every time I try to watch it, every time a new season or something of Fate come out, I be trying to watch it and then I get bored within like the first 2 episodes. So, you know, that's just me. But I'm really waiting for this video to come out. This is gonna be a good fight. It really is. I appreciate y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing. If y'all want to, it's free. Y'all don't have to. I'm not forcing y'all to. I can't force y'all to. It's a video. I appreciate y'all for coming by and stopping and watching the video. Appreciate y'all.